Hey guys, welcome back to Vallone's RC Hobby, the channel that brings you life, liberty, and the pursuit of RC action. What we have in front of us today is another XLF, this time the F-17, brushless. Let's get to it. So here we are, guys. The invasion of the 1/14 scale continues. Yes, we have here in front of us another version of the XLF F-16 model, which you see here, which is the brushed version. And here is the F-17 model that was generously given to me by remotoy.com. Guys, go check out remotoy.com. It's a very cool RC site where you can get some RC goodies, RC cars, trucks, planes, you name it, it's there. They generously sent us this car to review for them, and I gotta say, again, pretty cool car. I do love the build. The F-17 is the brushless version. So I was very curious to see how this car was out the box. Now basically, if I take the hoods off here, and I did a review a few videos back on the brushed version, and once again, I will say that the build quality of these two cars is excellent. Just like the WLYOYS 144001, it looks like a clone copy, right? But these cars have metal upgrades, A-arms, drivetrain, dog bones, CVDs, you know, you name it. This car is a beefier car. It's definitely feels more balanced to me. It's got a little more weight to it. Really cool car. The thing that it was lacking from the brushed version was speed. So out the box, it drove okay. It was a fun car, but it was about 10 miles an hour slower than the WLYOYS 144001. And that was kind of a shame. And the reason for that is the gearing. The gearing on the brushed is 16 tooth. And on the WLYOYS, it is 27 tooth. So you have a much bigger gear on the WLYOYS. So that would give you the 30 miles an hour out the box with the WLYOYS as opposed to 20 to 21 on this one. So the brushless version came into me now. It's a 2847 brushless motor, 3000 kV. And I did take it apart to look at the gearing, and I'll show this to you in a second or so. But out the box, right off the bat, the only major difference between the two is the brushless motor and the pinion gear. The pinion gear that comes on the brushless version is 14 tooth, and on the brushed version is 16 tooth. So why they didn't stay with the same gear, I don't know. The shaft size is the same on the motors, 3.175. Motor mounts are the same. I did check those. Spur gear looks the same. So why they didn't stick with the same pinion, I don't know. But let's take a closer look, and I'll show you exactly what the differences are here. All right, so let's undo the box. Take the cover off. Here's what comes inside the box. You have yourself, let's open this up real quick. Got your instructions. Again, the same instructions here as what comes in the brushed version. So the parts they have in the back, okay, if you see in this booklet here, you know, the motor, they don't say anything about the motor being different. So they say 550 here actually, compared to what it is now, the 2847 for the brushless. But here's your manual. You can go through this. They do have some blowouts of how to do your differentials, do your steerings and such. So they do have ways, at least diagrams, to show you what's going on with the build of this car. They have that. You have a couple little tools here. You got a little screwdriver, and you also got a little charger. Again, this charge is probably gonna take hours to do, so I would definitely recommend, if you're getting into the hobby, to get a good charger. I also see the other bumper here, the smaller bumper here, as opposed to the big bumper that comes on the car. As you can see here, here's the bigger bumper. So you could take that one off and put the smaller one on. I don't know why. And then what else comes, this is a little odd for me. They gave you some monster truck tires for this car. I guess this would make for a decent looking car, but I don't know. I mean, the compounds feel okay. Nothing crazy. I don't think there's any foam in here. But I don't know. Looks kind of odd to me. Might try it. Probably go a little bit faster with the bigger tires. But on my previous WLToys, I did buy a Volkswagen Beetle body to put on the car. So that actually might look pretty cool with the monster truck tires on with the Beetle body. So we have another 1/14 scale, you know, monster Beetle or something. So they give you that, the tires, in the brushless version, again for about $145. And of course the controller, which, yeah, not the greatest controller. I mean, it's got the foam wheel, which is a decent grip. It's just steering trim that they have on this. There's nothing really proportional. I mean, unfortunately, there's no steering dual rate or throttle. You know, it's okay in the hand. It feels okay. But again, it just feels very light and airy in a way, but I guess it gets the job done. So I think in general, this car is meant for some form of upgrading. You know, you can still get the brushed version for under $100. And if you did want to do any sort of electrical upgrades, which a lot of us do these days, and many of us went for electrical upgrades on the WLToys cars. So, you know, I think this has potential. So let me get this box out of the way now. And then we'll move forward to looking at things a little bit closer on the two cars. So let's look a little bit closer here. Brushless, brushed. Take the two bodies off and let's take a peek here. Now again, pretty much identically the same except for the speed controller. This is still one of those, I think, 2-in-1 speed controllers. It's got the ESC and the receiver in here. Pretty cool. I mean, it gets, at least it gets, you know, cleans up some space as opposed to having the receiver in another spot on the chassis. It has a good, decent on-off switch here. At least you could feel that. A lot of this one on here was tough for me to find on this big one. It's just got a little button here. If you could see that right there. And this one has a decent switch here. Okay. Both have the 2S LiPo batteries. Now I have not tried 3S in any of these yet. I think I did see another video on another guy's YouTube channel, Miko, I think his name is. Hey Miko, how are you? And he put a 3S LiPo in the brushed version, and it went about 30 miles an hour. So basically, you got to go 3S LiPo to get the speed of a 2S WLToys car. So, you know, kind of a turnoff there. But so I took off before I got to showing you guys this earlier before starting the video. I took out the motors. Okay, so let's look a little bit closer here. And here we got the brushless, the brushed, and again 14 tooth here and 16 tooth here. And I'm tempted to try the 16 tooth on the brushless motor. And it looks like the motor mounts are the same. At first, it looked like the motor mounts were a different size, but I did measure them, and I got a little handy-dandy ruler out, and I just did some measurements, and they are the exact same size. So, and it also looks like they got the same shaft size. So you could play around with pinions on this. I'm still hunting to find out what the pitch is on these pinions. It just, I don't know. If anybody knows, please leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Because I'm tempted to try, maybe, could you put the WLToys pinion on these motors and run it? I don't know what the, you know, again, the pitch, how it would mesh up with the spur gears in these two cars. Now the spur gears to me look the same. I don't know if you can see these here. Here's the spur right there. They actually look the same. I don't see them to be different. If anybody knows, again, please chime in. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So that's basically it. Now, why they went with a 3,000 kV motor and not, say, a 4,500 kV motor? So I'm going to be doing a brushless conversion on my WLToys probably today. and I picked up this, which is a 2838 brushless motor. It's a little bit shorter than this one that comes on the XLF, but this is a 4500 kV motor. And I think this is more along the lines of what the LC Racing and the Taycan 1/14 scale buggies and truggies are using. So not much more money. So why wouldn't they go with a little bit higher kV? Are they intending this to be more for off-road and more torquey? Yeah, maybe. I don't. Maybe not so much for speed runs. But again, with the popularity of the WLYOYS and speed runs, I just thought that they would have maybe did a better motor in here. So why don't we take this for a rip and see what this thing does. I do have a feeling it's still not going to be as fast as the WLYOYS out the box, simply because of the KV. So we might have to do some experimenting down the line. Again, I still think this could be a great car. I think the platform is a great starting point. So maybe, you know, if you buy this online, maybe you go to another website or check on Google or something and try to find a 4500 kV. They're really not too expensive, and you can get this. I think I got this brushless ESC with this motor for about $30, $30 or $40. I know the car itself is about $145, so you're getting up there a little bit in price, but you know, maybe at that point then it would be, you know, a little more enjoyable to drive. But let's go take a look. I mean, I'm going to put my GPS meter on it and see what this thing is doing. Hopefully I got some good GPS signal around here, guys. I mean, I got some mountains around here by me, and sometimes my GPS signal does not pick up speed for these cars. So, but I'll be able to tell you right off the bat if this thing has got the speed or not. But again, brushless and brushed. The platform is basically the same between these two cars. It's just the pinion and the motor that looks to be different, and the ESC, of course. I also did like actually the servo on the brushless version here is a 3-wire servo, as opposed to the 5 that's on the brushless. I'm sorry, on the brushed. So the brushed has the 5, the brushless has the 3. So if you did want to change your servo to a better servo, a little bit easier to change things up and modify the brushless version over the brushed. So, but let's go take this car for a rip.